Yo, voice crack at 22 is crazy. Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another video for y'all boys. Today might be a little bit of a longer video just due to circumstances on the chart, which I'll get into. I think that's pretty much it for the intro. We can get straight into the charts now. Be having this down here. Let me know if my camera box is too big. I don't think it is, but anyways, let's get into today. So coming into this morning, today is August 17. Coming into this morning, as we can see, we have this 30-minute FVG right here, this 30-minute bearish gap. Okay, let me actually start from the 4-hour. Let me start from the 4-hour and then we'll work our way down. A lot of draws lower, meaning that we have been bullish. We need to hit these draws. As you can see, we have new week opening gap fill, and we have this 4-hour right here. The chart does look a little bit messy, but I'm gonna clear it up as we get into today. And last but not least, we have this daily bullish gap on the higher time frame, right? So while we do have this as a draw, how we get here is the question, right? So we have this daily bullish gap, and it's below us, and we only have a 30 minutes as our condition to go lower. I'm not really looking for longs here just due to overnight price action. The way it looks like we're bearish. It looks like we're pulling back, and then we can continue to go down lower. Potentially, if I'm looking for longs, I want to see maybe new week opening gap fill give us a look higher. I want to see the daily bullish gap take us higher. Is there an hourly? There are some hourlies. We have this hourly down here, and we have just stacked bullish gaps, bullish PDRAs in this zone, I should say. So that's just something to keep your eye on. But coming into market, I was initially bearish, and I wanted to see Judas shorts coming out of this 30-minute gap to tag out these lows that we have, and potentially even go lower to the daily bullish gap that I just mentioned, which is all the way down here, right? Is there anything else I need to cover? Yes, I would be taking lows. If Judas shorts did play out, I'd be taking lows to this low right here. As you can see, we did tag into a 4-hour gap, but I didn't even like this candle closure within the gap. So I obviously, off rip, I know that this low is not safe. And I think that's pretty much it. So let me just do a little play-by-play, and off rip, we already missed the first play of the day, right? So right here, we can see that we tagged into a 30-minute gap, into the 30-minute gap. It also happened to be a 5-minute gap, and there was a 15-second inverse that I saw right here, and I didn't take this play. Even though I knew I wanted Judas shorts, I didn't take this play. The reason I didn't take it is because, and this is honestly such a nice looking play. We have this LR that we've built up. We tagged into a higher time frame bearish PD array. We have that manipulation higher, and then we distribute lower, right? That's essentially how Judas works. But the reason I didn't take this play was because of this stacked high that we had right here. I really like the displacement going up, or the manipulation going up, right? And that's what I wanted to see. But once we came up here, for some reason I noticed these stacked highs, these equal highs right here, and I really just wanted to see this get ran through. And it would have just been extra confirmation that we really do want to be bearish. Once again, we didn't need it because we're tagging into a high time frame gap, and it's a Judas, and we're automatically distributing out of it. But I was looking at the market, and I seen this high, these stacked highs, and I was like, I really want to see this get ran. And from this wick, we were only 20 points away, so once I saw that, I really held off on it on this first play. There was then a second 15-second IFEG that we have right here. I also skipped this play due to the candle closure. If I wanted to get in on this play, I would have gotten in right here. So now seeing a potential play, even if I did front run it, I just didn't like what my entry would be coming out of the gap. Targeting this low, it's a good play, but I just didn't like the second 15-second IFEG. If I was to get in, I was gonna take it from here. And so essentially I just had to watch this play run, and I was pretty upset about that. But all in all, I wasn't tripping, because even though it was a Judas and I did want to see this and I did call it out, I now just planned on waiting till we come up and sweep out these highs, or maybe get a resweep of this internal high within the 30-minute gap. What is this? Okay, that's what that is. And honestly, price action was not good right here. Price action was not good at all whatsoever. What time is this? 8:40. Let me open up my ish so I could see this real quick. And as we could just see, this is the 15-second, and I get eager when trying to look for a bid. But right here, I just analyzed, and I saw that this is just not good price action. I'm going to go ahead and delete these two 15-second gaps, and this just isn't good price action. As you can see off this accumulation right here, we don't have enough orders to push us lower, because technically this is high time frame, not high time frame, but high resistance liquidity below us due to all the high time frame bullish P arrays that we have. And this sweep wasn't enough to push us down, but we also don't have enough bullish orders to take us higher due to the fact that this wasn't a crazy sweep as well. So now we're just stuck in this range, and I really want to see us break out to either direction before I'm looking to take a trade, right? And we just see that we chop around, really don't give any place for entry. And then right here we created a 5-minute gap, and I'm not gonna lie, I did get a little bit antsy. As you can see, we have this 5-minute gap right here. And I was like, okay, we finally created a gap. I can just see this. I can potentially look to take this to low-hanging fruit. We have an hourly right here. We have these lows right here. And I'm not gonna lie, I took a trade right here. I think I got stopped out break even immediately. I don't even know why I went break even. Price did not do anything. I think it was right here. I think it was this play right here. I think I took a short. Just trying to feel something. I'm not gonna lie, not proud of this trade right here. I did get break even on this, so it's really not that deep. We ended up inversing the 5-minute gap, right? We did end up inversing the 5-minute gap, and we just spent the whole day chopping around essentially. But as you can see, I did take a few trades later on. After we finished chopping around, accumulating, once again, we don't have enough liquidity to take us lower, and we don't have crazy liquidity generated to take us higher. Technically we were in a bullish gap, so you can look for longs. I had seen this, but I just couldn't find an entry to take longs higher. Also at this point in time, on the hourly, we did end up creating 2 hourly gaps, right? We have, or not 2, we didn't create this one, but this one has been here. But this is now my next draw. We have this hourly bullish gap, and we also have this hourly bullish gap, or bearish gap. And if I want to see us go lower, I want to see us tag into this hourly. If we want to go higher, I want to see us tag into this hourly that we have. And so since I missed the first Judas, this was my next condition that I set for myself. As we can see, we are reacting nicely out of these bullish gaps if you're looking for longs. Once again, I just wasn't really the most bullish today, so I wasn't looking for longs. And also, these are the market conditions, and there is just no entry for longs, right? And we just let price move, do its thing. I had set an alert right here. As you can see, we did tap back into this 30-minute gap. I'm gonna leave it right here because it's not the gap of significance anymore. But now we can see we tagged into this hourly gap. We swept this internal high that created the first Judas. We swept out this internal high, these stacked highs that we had right here, which is what I had mentioned I want to see get taken. And also this high is the entry to a 15-minute bearish gap. So now it's like everything I have been waiting for all day has finally showed itself. And we just get, this is just such good AMD, right? We have accumulation in this zone right here. We manipulate higher, and if we are bearish, we are going to now respect that manipulation or that bearish PDA rate, and we are going to distribute lower, right? That is ABC, as easy as it comes, right? And so we manipulate higher, we get a sweep of this internal high. I am now looking for shorts, and right here we get a nice V shape. I wanted to take shorts right away. I don't think I did. Yeah, I did not take shorts right away. As you can see right here, we have this 1 minute gap. I want to see this gap flip. I'm not going to get pump fake today. And as you can see, this gap did not flip. And that's all I wanted. But right here, we did start chopping. And this is just, I guess, what I would call a feel for market, you know. So right here, you see an accumulation zone again, and you would be waiting for another manipulation leg higher, right? Because you just accumulated again. So now you're looking for a resweep after the first initial try at this bullish gap failed to inverse. A lot of people are going to be looking for a resweep of this high to then go lower. But just looking at market and how we accumulated all throughout the morning, how we had this manipulation leg higher, how we already swept this internal high and this internal high right here, I'm no longer looking for a resweep to now take shorts. If we get the resweep, I'm fine with that, but you just need to have a feel for market. And right here we created a 1 minute gap, and I took that gap, right? Let me just see my actual execution. Okay, right here we actually got another resweep, or not a resweep, but we actually came back and tagged into this bullish gap one more time. And right here we created this nice fat bullish candle. I apologize, I thought it was the prior one, but we create this nice fat bullish candle, and from here I am on it. You feel me? Like, I see this accumulation zone right here. If we get a sweep of, if we inverse this gap right here, I just know we're gonna flush due to how much liquidity we've quote unquote pulled up, right? So we get this inverse, and it's such a nice inverse. I get in at 262.5, and I take these to the lows. I took this to the lows, and it's just such a textbook trade coming out of an hourly 1 minute inverse, and it's just like, it's just so clean. And we take it to these lows right here, and we hit on a 1 to 2 hour trade. Now I did end up trailing, so I'll explain this a little bit later, but I didn't actually pull right here on some of my accounts, and so I did end up trailing, and I got stopped out in profit, which is perfectly fine to me. And today I wanted to be aggressive. Usually this would be my only play of the day, but I did want to be aggressive. And right here, after we finished this first leg and we accumulate again and we manipulate higher, we had created a 15-minute bearish gap, as you can see right here. I feel like my chart is so messy. Let me get rid of this, get rid of these. Right, we had created this 15-minute bearish gap. Let me get rid of these as well real quick. And I wanted to just see price come back and tag this gap for us to end up going lower again. Why? Once again, we just have done nothing in the morning, so I expect a nice clean expansion move to the downside to our hourly bullish gap below, which was essentially our draw. We potentially have this New York PM draw right here, and we also have our daily bullish gap, which is our most prominent POI for the day. And so right here, even though I wanted to see us come back and tag this 15-minute bearish gap, we failed to do that. But I don't know, I was just on one today, and I could just sense what the market wanted to do. I like this displacement leg. Once again, we didn't come back to tag this 15-minute gap, but we had a 1 minute inverse right here. Also, I do need to add, right here, we did tag into a 15-minute bullish gap, so I guess I could have pulled this. I wasn't really scared of us retracing, and I wasn't scared of longs playing out. I just didn't believe longs would play out, and also a 15-minute bullish gap is not going to supersede a hourly bearish, so I just completely ignored this 15-minute bullish gap that we had. And right here, I took shorts again, and from here we could just see that this plays out and it just runs. It just runs, and it's just such a nice play. It was only 70 points. We were only targeting this low. All this LR that we've built up is just such an obvious play. It did take quite a while to hit, but it was just such an obvious play that it was like it'd be dumb to not take this play. Right here, as you can see, I did hit TP. I did want to hold to this hourly that I've been talking about all day, but it was, by this time it was 12 p.m. It was 12:15. I'm kind of tired of trading, and I was pretty much done. Right. So once again, I did want to see this hourly get hit, and we finally did hit this hourly. And after that, right, we kind of dig into the hourly, and I wasn't supposed to even be on the charts after this, but what happened was I happened to look at market, and right here I saw that we had created a 30-minute right here, and we also created a 15-minute gap, and it's just another like no-brainer. We're gonna get cont shorts to our draws, right? Let me do this a little bit. 12:30. So as you can see, we do have that 15-minute gap. Okay, yeah, y'all can see right here. I'm trolling. Y'all can see the 30-minute gap, obviously, and we also have the 15. We end up coming back and trading into it, and right here, once again, this is just as layup can be. We ended up creating it right here, right? We create our lows, right? Create some LR, and once we tag back into the gap, as y'all can see, I took the first inverse out of here, and we low-key were running, and we low-key did run. I don't know what happened. I think I pulled. Yeah, I trailed aggressively, and I got stopped out right here, and then prices did its own thing for a little while, and after that I was pretty much off the charts. It does suck low-key because it did hit my draw, so today could have been like an even bigger day than what I already had, which I'll show y'all later. But those are my executions for today's. You know, it was just me essentially hunting shorts and actually getting shorts, and it does seem like we did end up hitting. Well, we didn't hit New York PM, but I do expect us to hit New York PM right now. Once again, this daily bullish gap is our draw, so once we hit this daily bullish gap, I might be looking for a play out of it to all-time highs. We're pretty bullish overall on the higher time frame, but yeah, pretty much a very great day for me. On the last episode, what happened? I had took a loss, right? We're coming off a loss on Friday, so we had to get a bounce back win, or a bounce back day. And let me show y'all executions first. So on the executions, I don't like it full screen. On the executions, today is August 17, right? Break even, some more break evens. I don't really know what these are. And then we have okay, this was, I don't know what this is. I don't really know what these are. I think these are like order fills or something. I couldn't tell y'all. But this is like the first play that I had took, which was this one, where I was trailing. Right, took a $80 loss somewhere, doesn't matter. Took a $1,300 win, and then took a $400 win, and then I think these are like some missed executions. But all in all, today we did make $1,800 on the day. That is on each account. And we did get some fundeds. I don't know if I talked about that with y'all, but I was planning on getting some fundeds or some evals, right? I was planning on getting some evals because I think I was talking about it. just being aggro, you know, not wasting my time trading funders when I know I could be paid, and I know I can also be trading evals. So I had copped some evals, made 8K on the day with the evals included. So that's pretty neat. Currently I have 7 accounts running, 5 FundaNix 50K flex accounts. And so yeah, those were the ones that fully ate off this first play coming out the hourly to these lows. Made a band on it. They are 3-day pass, which is kind of lame, but I'll just trade those normally till Wednesday. And I am currently 3 winning days away from getting a payout, a max payout. So we just need to continue trading as we are. What else? 3 days away. Shoot. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I swear I'm missing something. I can't remember what I'm forgetting right now. I wish I could remember. Holy. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let me just show y'all today's shit. So as you can see, all our executions for real today. We have the first one. All my executions, as y'all can see, no wrap cap. Got out right here. Once again, we did hit the hourly. 2 bids, 2 wins. Terrible PA today. Just had to wait and finally get the setup I really wanted. Hourly gap, 30-second inverse to the lows. Spent all morning accumulating, so I wanted to catch the expansion leg out the hourly. We did that. Was in the trade from 11:02 to whenever I dropped this at 12:18. Trade 3 contours to the lows. Hit the hourly. Thank you, God. This was the last play, and I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, I hope your boys caught a dub today. If not, keep grinding. If not, keep losing. You're gonna figure it out. Stay motivated, stay disciplined. Why not us, man? I hope your boys have a great day and a great week. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I just can't remember. I can't remember. It must not be important. All right, y'all.